According to TLC, the Willis family follow-up, did the mom know? Short answer, yes. Long answer, stay for the rest of the video.
That you can have natural talent or you can have a hard work ethic and you can still get to the same place. I don't think everybody in the family has to be a virtuoso, to be part of this or a child prodigy or a musical genius.
But if they want to eat, they got to get good at what they do.
If you want to eat, regardless of the fact that we chose to have all of these kids, you have to play music to pay our bills. What TLC family with a similar background have I heard say that recently? I just can't remember. Oops, dropped my pen. Well, the mystery will continue. Anyway, let's go. Little refresher, but the video is two before this if you want to watch it. Jessica Willis Fisher has spoken out about her father. They became well known because of America's Got Talent. They also had a show on TLC called The Willis Clan. However, he is now serving 40 years for going after his daughters in the worst way imaginable. This is Brenda Willis, the mother of the 12 children from the Willis clan and ex-wife of Toby Willis. She was a valedictorian in her high school class and graduated with a college degree before moving on to start her very large family. One of the most asked questions was, did the mom know? And Jessica's been pretty open about the fact that she absolutely did, starting from her first time speaking out about this, which she did in a Reddit post. This is a very long post. It's about 7 years old, but this was made by Jessica Fisher, and it really was made by her. And she said that her mom started kind of figuring things out when she was about 9 years old. This went on for years after and started somewhere from what she knows between 3 and 4. Dad denied it, mom believed him, and it just continued. Keep in mind, this is a very layered thing, and the mom was also going through stuff with the dad. However, with the level of stuff that she's ignored, I think that people are justified in their anger, and I'm not going to tell you, don't do that, because it kind of makes me angry too. By kind of, I mean very. Reading a lot about Toby Willis and the things that he believed in, the way he was treating his family. Him and my first stepdad would have been very, very good friends. So I do understand the complicated nature of those feelings, the way you end up feeling towards your parents, the world, all of that stuff. It's very complicated, and I think that people are welcome to have the emotions they need to have about that. Notable passage from the book, which I think really shows the complicated dynamic these feelings can cause, how hard it can be, is that she was being hurt, and when her mom did try to stand up for her, the dad went off on her mom, and the mom was quiet, and she looked at her and she thought, oh my God, this is a broken woman, and was more worried about protecting her mom from this guy than protecting herself in that moment. Jessica also expressed during this particular event, which was a very bad one that happened in front of the entire family, that despair poured out of the black hole within me, saying, no one stopped him. My father had hurt me in secret for years. Now he could hurt me in the open, and no one would do anything. Not even me. This in response because police had come onto their tour bus because there had been an obvious ruckus, and she actually hid under the blankets and did not speak to the police and really blamed herself for that, which I just wanted to hold her hand so hard and be like, we do the best we can in these situations. Wasn't your fault. I'm so sorry. Family ended up going on an outing after this. However, she was in a state that she didn't want people to see her because obviously she had been injured, and everyone had watched while this had happened. She said her mom screamed but never really intervened. Then when they got back, they pretended nothing had ever happened, and the mom said, wow, I wish you could have been there, Jess. This is what she points to as basically her final straw. She knew she had to get out. She needs to. So she sits down with her parents and tells them, I'm leaving. They come off as confused, thinking, oh, well, why would you leave? This has been so great, and blah, 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 blah. And then the dad says, what do I do, Bren? How should I handle this? And she's a little flabbergasted because, you know what? She just doesn't know who to believe. So the dad goes to the rest of the family and basically tells them, she's leaving, we need to pay her. How much do we all think we should? They did not allow her to take her electronics, and they wanted to keep control of her music that she wrote, and they said that, well, that was on business time. And she's like, so when I was in my bedroom by myself writing songs, that was business time. Apparently. In front of the rest of the family, it was also said that we have to pay her. We don't want her running around being able to say that we treated her badly. And the mom at this point upped her contact with him, trying to get him to take a plea so that they wouldn't have to go on the stand and talk about everything that had been done to them. This was something that Jessica said in a therapeutic situation. This is not something the mom said directly, but sometimes you are asked to channel and to think about what you felt like they were telling you, and what she felt like her mom was saying is, I'm going to ignore what he did to both you and me. I said as mom, I'm going to focus on your flaws. I'm going to support him over you, which for a long time, that is exactly what happened. It wasn't just the mom, though. This was a community problem, and close family, they did not want her to speak out because they all felt that it would make them and what they're doing look bad. It's not about her needing to tell her story, needing to be honest, reaching out to other survivors, people who understand these sorts of things. They just didn't want to look bad. As she started to heal, Jessica began to look at it a little bit differently, in that she, over all the years that her mom let her down and didn't protect her, that flipped to her wanting to protect her mom even after the dad was gone, and the mom kept saying she had no idea. When the critics came out, the way that Jessica looked at it was basically, mom was going through stuff too, and I'm trying to work out this situation. She was manipulated, she was hurt. But that's one of the most interesting things about this book, is that it goes through her healing journey in a very real way. And she starts thinking about it. She's, you know what? It's not my job to save anybody right here. I need to save me. I need to work on my healing. Surprising ending, considering they're Quiverfull. If you think about like Anna and Josh Duggar, he's convicted, gone for a long time, and she still stays married and will welcome him back into her life when he comes back. This woman did actually get a divorce. It took a little while, and upon getting divorced, cut communication with the siblings. However, you can't deny how disturbing it is that that took years, and all this time he was going through the court system and all of that stuff, he still had contact with these children. Like I said, it's very complicated. There are a lot of layers, and as someone who's been through something eerily similar, it's not black and white, and I just really encourage people to remember that. I hope you guys have a good day, even though I just told you some of the most horrible stuff ever. Go me. Anyway, have a good one.